Hello all you fellow nerds out there, and welcome to this session of Nerd Week podcast. Be prepared for banters, ranters, spoilers, and ragers. There will be nerdgasms, nerd tears, and occasionally nerd shunning on at least one victim. Speaking of nerdgasms and nerd tears and nerd victims, I'm your host, The Thing, and today we have
Maya.
And so we have not done a podcast in a while.
It's been about a month.
Good month, yeah.
A month or 3 weeks, something like that.
Well, you've been gone for military.
Yeah, my plan was I was going to have the podcast down in the military, or at least the aftertaste, but my commander sat there and, you know, the whole plan was that we were going to have 40 people, and I happened to be a part of the 20 people that he's just like, no, we're going to do this with 20.
You serious?
Yep. And so instead of having like days off, where we could sit there, relax, sit inside our bunks, and I can actually do the podcast, instead it's just like work from sun up to sundown.
That sucks.
It's terrible. And he's sitting there acting all proud about it. He's just like, you know what? They said we should only do this with about 42 support people. We did it with 19. That's what I'm talking about. And we did it with such great success. And I'm just like, so you're telling me that I could have had at least a couple of days off? 7 days out of the week. Ugh.
Non-stop, man, non-stop.
Non-stop. I had to work at night. I had to work during the, even though we work at night, we did get sleep during the day, but it still kind of sucked because you're just like, all right, so I'm going to stay up all night to do something.
Right.
Ugh. Terrible. But anyways, that's my rant for today. That's my nerd rant.
Yeah.
But what's been happening with you?
Lots of stuff.
Drama.
I got Thor's hammer. I'm worthy.
Hang on, let's see if I'm worthy. Yeah. Oh, too easy. Too damn easy.
I got that from a thrift store, by the way. It was awesome. I also have lightsabers somewhere.
$2.99.
$2.99. $3. $3.
We got $3 here. $3.
Got Thor's hammer and Rockstar.
Well, we're gonna have to fuzz that out.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Then you should probably bleep out that I said that.
Yep.
Yeah, that's gonna be fun.
You a-hole, man. Now I'm gonna have to fuzz that thing out.
Correction, I'm a bearded a-hole.
You're bearded a-hole.
Beard going on.
No, I'm the one with the real beardy.
That's rough.
Just so, the drama that's been happening with you has been pretty crazy.
I mean, do we need to talk about that on the podcast?
Why not? We got all day.
It's not true, but basically just drama with friends, and so much going on that I basically cracked one day and couldn't take it anymore, so I got mad. Then, me and my girlfriend moved into this apartment where we're doing the podcast.
This is a nice place. It's definitely an upgrade from the garage that we were in.
Yeah.
Which reminds me, I've got a story to tell.
Ooh, story time. Already?
Yeah.
With the stories.
We've got to tell stories.
Sure.
All right. So he's very aware, very, very, very aware of this story. All right.
Yeah.
It's the air conditioner story.
Oh my gosh. Hold on a second. Let's wait for that.
Yeah. Amen to that. All right. So before the whole drama happened.
Try not to give them names.
Oh, I'm not gonna give him any names. I don't even know who this
okay.
dyke is. All right. So, anyways, pretty much a couple weeks ago, it was okay, probably a month and a half ago.
Yeah.
Or it was about a month and a half ago.
Yeah,
all right.
pretty much.
We're sitting there, we're inside the garage, we're doing the podcast, people are complaining and everything about
how hot it is, yeah.
Because of how hot it is. So me and Grant decided to put down $300. It was about $350.
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah, roughly around that much, 3 to 350 for this AC unit.
Yep.
And so we bought it. We had it for probably a week. I just barely got done installing it, and we had it for one session of the podcast.
Was it only one? We didn't use it for two? I swear we used it for at least two.
The first time it wasn't installed, so the heat from the back end
yeah, that's true.
was heating up the house, heating up the garage quicker than it was cooling.
And what's interesting is, from my experience, even with it being set up right and turning on, it didn't really make much of a difference in that big garage.
No, it didn't. It didn't make that much of a difference, but we're sitting there, we're just like, okay, so we finally got an AC unit. It felt decent inside that garage. It finally felt decent inside that garage. A week later, we go out to see, what was it? It wasn't Ant-Man, it was
Fantastic Four.
Fantastic Four. Okay, we just barely got done with Fantastic Four.
I don't even get on that movie. Anyway, so we watched the movie, and after the movie, we're talking. Just catching up on life and whatnot.
And Grant comes up to me, and he kind of tricks me at this moment.
Sort of. Basically, I'm complaining to you about all the drama I have. Mm-hmm. Basically, one part of the drama is with, my girlfriend and her sister and her, my sister or her sister's boyfriend. So them giving us drama, and so then there's also, and then I started to go off about this, about how this girl that was my roommate just, without even asking me, just took the air conditioner and put it in her room.
Yeah. Somehow she went in and saw that there was an AC unit inside the garage, popped it out. I don't know whether she had help or not, but
I don't bet she had help.
If she had help, so she convinced some guy to sit there, somebody, I don't know who it was, to pop it out, take it over to her room, blah, 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 and put it inside the thing. Now, mind you, you were renting the place, and it was a perfect garage for the podcast.
Basically, yeah. Surprisingly, it was.
Yeah, it was a great place.
There was already a couch in there. We were like, well, let's clean up the place, make it look good. Sure enough, we make it look good. The funny thing about doing a project is you don't know if it's going to work out until you actually try it.
It's true.
So anyway, from my perspective, I come home one night and I go into her room because basically my dog went in there or something like that, and I just go in there nonchalantly, and I see the air conditioner, and then I'm like, oh, that looks like the one out in the garage, and then I'm like, wait a second, and I'm like, and I say it out loud, I'm like, wait, isn't that the air conditioner from out in the garage? And she basically said, yeah. And I was like, well, that's my air conditioner. We use it for the podcast. I don't know why you have it in here. And she basically, how to explain how she did this? She basically did this in a kind of complaining but kind of begging me way.
Begging. That sounds like the type of girl she is.
To where it's she was saying, well, it's really hot in here, and we needed a way to have it cool down, and that was the only thing that could help. And I'm I was so frustrated and at the same time hurt that I just basically was just walked out.
She pretty much just thought because he walked out it was okay, but you did eventually say, I'm okay with it, but that's for our podcast, and somebody else might not be okay with it.
Right.
So, anyways.
And the story doesn't stop there. Chapter 3.
Chapter 3. Oh, we got a 16 chapter.
Are you sure? I don't know about 16.
Nah, it's okay.
Well, chapter 3 is where we're at. Fantastic Four talking about it. Chapter 4 probably also includes you going over there.
So, I get pissed. Not only pissed, I spent a good $150 to $200. Grant spent $100 on it. Okay?
Yeah, something like that.
And for her to sit there, disregard any amount of privacy or private property, and just sitting there and just going you know what? I'm gonna act like I'm in my parents' house and everything is free reign, was total bull.
Well, see, the thing is with me, I have a little bit of a different mindset than that. When I lived with my parents, you know, I was under their roof, I had to abide by rules.
Yeah.
With me moving out though, like ever since I've moved out of their house, I've had this pretty much adult mentality of, you know, paying bills and whatnot, having a job, and keeping upkeep on like clean place, you know, clean apartment, whatever. But at the same time, I do also like to have fun, you know, do party stuff and whatnot, you know. So that's me. But anyway, so this girl, she moves into this house and thinks, oh, I'm free, I can do whatever I want. Why not start by taking the air conditioner out of the garage? Which is not even mine.
Yeah, just barely bought it. All right, 300 to 350, you know, for it. And so finally, I'm just so mad that I'm like, all right, we're pulling the project. Like, we're pulling the project out of this place.
Yep, pretty much.
And so Aubrey was there, the dragon was with me.
Yeah.
And she was picking up her stuff. And oh man, they sat there and took her Harley Quinn. They took her freaking Harley Quinn.
Well, where did they put it?
I don't know. They took her Harley Quinn. She got it back and everything like that. But she was so freaking mad, just like. Ugh. So we pop it out. So we go over there, and I'm tearing down stuff. The place looks like a disaster because people are living there
that don't even pay rent.
That don't even pay rent.
There's like extra people there. Like,
whoa, it's 6.
1, 2, 3. There's supposed to be 5 people living there, and I'm one of those 5. Keep that in mind.
You're one of those.
So with the 5 living there, there was about 3 extra people there.
3 extra people. Yeah. There was a mattress inside the garage where we were going to do our podcast.
And the mattress in the spare part of the basement.
Spare part of the basement. I mean, it looked like the place was just filled to the brim with people. So I'm grabbing all my stuff. I'm grabbing all my film equipment and everything like that. And then all of a sudden I'm like, hey, I'm going to go inside the room and actually grab the AC unit. So I knock on the door politely. I don't have to. I don't care at this point.
This is chapter 4 still or chapter 5?
Chapter 4.
Okay.
So I knock on the door. Ding, ding, ding. And instead of just sitting there waiting for her to open up the door, I'm just like, don't mind me, just passing through here. She's like, what? What's going on? She's asleep, but, you know, she's naked under her covers and she's covered up to here. It's as if she's wearing a tank top.
All
right? No big deal. Okay? It's not like I'm going to hop inside her bed and have her and just be like, ooh, stroke the Beardy. Stroke the Beardy. No, I'm so pissed off that I don't even want to look at her, you know? So I sit there, I'm just like, ooh, don't mind me, just passing through here. Just grabbing my AC unit. What? What's going on? She's like, oh, don't mind me, just grabbing this thing, this is mine. But me and Grant had a deal. I'm like, oh, you and Grant had a deal, but you didn't have a deal with me.
Right, yeah.
And she's just like, what are you talking about? I was going to buy it off of him. I'm like, okay, are you going to pay me $300 right now? And she's like, what? Like, yeah, $300 right now. And she's just like, I don't have that money and that's how much it costs? And I'm just like, yeah, unless you pay me $300, $200 to me, $100 to Grant, then I won't touch this thing and I'll walk out and you can have a good day. I don't have that kind of money. I'm like, all right, well, I'm just gonna grab my stuff and you have a good day.
Oh my gosh. That is like the best repo ever. Like, seriously. Oh man. So anyway, so I pick it up.
I pop it out and she's sitting there just like totally dazed.
And what was Aubrey doing at this point?
Aubrey was grabbing her stuff and just pissed off.
Oh, okay.
And she was listening to the entire thing too. Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that I know what else was going on in the surroundings. I don't know when Chase showed up, but apparently Chase knew what was going on.
Chase saw that we were taking our stuff, and I'm just like, hey, I'm just grabbing our stuff. Yeah. We're gonna move the podcast, and I told him ahead of time. And he's just like, oh, okay. And so, anyways, I grabbed the AC unit, I put it down. All of a sudden, like, I don't know, like 5 minutes later, after I'm packing up my stuff and putting it inside the car, she comes out and just starts bitch fitting to Chase.
Just gonna have a BF.
Yeah. And she's just sitting there just like, who is he to come inside my room in my own privacy? Oh my gosh.
None of that would have happened if she didn't take the air conditioner.
Hey, I have no reason to go inside her room.
Yeah.
Like, seriously, she's a dyke.
And
I have literally no reason to go inside that room.
What I like about this situation now is that Chase was on our side about it.
Oh yeah, she was so
basically
chill.
knew that she was in the wrong and that she should not have taken it out of the garage.
Mm-hmm.
And well, I'll have to talk to you about this after we tell the story about like what I talked to you. I talked to him at the school about the whole situation later, and he gave me an update on what's been going on in the house.
Really? Has it been bad?
It has apparently still been going bad. This is apparently chapter 7 or 8, mind you. But what he told me is that...
Oh, hold on. Let's finish up.
Okay.
Let's finish up. So anyway, she throws a bitch fit at Chase. And Chase is just like, you stole his stuff. Like, of course he's going to come in and grab it.
Yeah.
And she's just like, but that's an invasion of my privacy. Like, invasion of your privacy? Okay, you would have had no reason to come inside your room if you would have taken his stuff.
Was this Chase that said that?
Yeah, Chase said that. And so she comes out and she's just like, you know, goes up to the dragon and just says, Dragon, I've got no problems with you. I really don't. I have a problem with him. And she points at me. And I'm just like, all right, you can have a problem with me. Still doesn't make it right for you to take my stuff.
Pretty much.
And she's just like, well, you weren't supposed to come in my room.
While this is going on, basically me and my girlfriend go over to her apartment so that I can prepare for the podcast we were doing that day. I basically got there, started getting all my stuff packed up in my backpack, and you know, basically got everything in there and into my car, and I basically had to go back in and get something else with my computer up there. But the second time that I went up and came down, I got to my car that time, that's when you called me. In that amount of time, that's when all of this happened. So I found that to be pretty interesting.
Oh man, and she didn't say a word to you.
No, because I basically like let her have her karma. You know, I mean, sure, I basically told her that it was okay, but it was definitely not okay with you.
No, it wasn't.
So I could care less that she didn't talk to me because, hey, I was going to be moving out anyways.
Yeah, exactly. Oh man, I really wanted to slap her in the face, just like backhand her and just be like, shut up, seriously. But gosh, why steal people's shit? Why would you?
Because people think they can get away with it without any consequence.
Like, what was she expecting? What was she expecting I would do? Just sit there and be like, okay, so I'm just gonna let, you know, $200, $300 roll over. That's my hard-earned money, man. Like,
yeah, we're not gonna be like all nice about it and say, all right, well, we'll let you use it. Just give us the money when you can.
No.
Because we'd most likely not get the money.
And she'll sit there and use it and just be like, I'm gonna pay these idiots. Right. I'm gonna sit there and just repo that shit and tell her to pay up right now.
I think you would have a great career in repo.
No, I'm not gonna do that type of shit. I don't want to sit there and have to deal with punks like that. Are you kidding me? Getting shot at every day? Nah. This was my stuff. If she really wanted to take me to court, dude, she would be wrong. In the end.
So,
all right. So
I'm going to fast forward to chapter 7.
Chapter 7.
Actually, let's go back to chapter 6 a little bit. There's like a small segment in chapter 6. Basically, I was on Facebook, and I noticed that one of my roommates, Aaron, the one that's kind of bald with glasses and a beard, who has a girlfriend that comes over quite a bit. I don't know if you've ever met him.
I don't think I met him.
But anyways, he also lives upstairs next to Chase. I saw on Facebook that he said that it looks like he is like needing or wanting to move out. And as soon as I read that, I'm like, he's starting to see it too. Because basically, you know, with all those people living there, that's one of the reasons that I moved out. And just so many people like living there more than there should be, not paying rent, and eating everyone's food. Mm-hmm. Like they were eating some of my food. Like I had a big old bag of fries, and some of it was gone. Like it wasn't like even halfway gone, but a good amount of it was gone.
Yeah.
Like I didn't even open it. Someone used it, But anyway, so I, said a comment on there saying, is it getting really that bad? He's like, well, I have a choice of either being that like asshole roommate that tells everyone what to do and how it is in this house, or I just like bow down and take it and just let everyone do their thing and let the house be torn apart. And I was like, oh my gosh, so you finally see it then. Well,
that's awesome.
That happened, and then chapter 7, I'm at school this week, and I think it might have been Thursday actually, so 2 days ago. I saw Chase at the cafeteria eating, we hung out before class and talked, and on the way to class he told me what was going on at the house. He says that it's starting to calm down a little bit, because apparently one of the guys that was crashing there is apparently going back to Oregon with our other friend Drake, who usually moved there. So he might be going back. And apparently this girl that lives there, we're not going to name her, apparently she doesn't have a job and still hasn't paid rent since she moved in. So there's a slight chance that she may get kicked out of the house. Slight chance. Other than that, I don't really know what else is going on, but Chase is trying to take control of the house, make sure everything is under control and not go crazy and not get messed up, not to have it to the point where the cops show up, And all the while this is going on, my roommate downstairs, I'm sure you remember David.
Oh yeah.
No drama at all. He's chill, just doing his own thing. There's nothing going on with him.
He just comes home. He probably has a refrigerator inside his bedroom.
I think so.
So nobody steals his food. Like literally, you got inside a house like that, you've got to be able to have a refrigerator inside your house, inside your room, or else it's impossible to be able to live.
Yeah, Chase said that he is going to look into making all of the roommates, and if they ever get new ones, sign 6-month contracts or something, and. That's a good idea. He said something about if they don't pay rent, then instead of having Chase go to the landlord to explain why they can't pay rent, basically he'll just have that roommate go to the landlord and explain why they can't pay rent. So that's a good idea.
That is a good idea.
So that's what chapter 7 is all about, and I don't know, hopefully he'll just get that result.
It's super funny, man. I felt like such a troll coming in there, because it's just don't mind me, just passing through here. Oh, just grabbing my stuff. Yeah, this is mine. Yep. Well, you took it. I'm just taking it back. No.
I'm just hoping that a chapter 9 won't exist, because chapter 9 will involve me finding a way to get my mail from that house as well as my hair clippers, because they're still there. Mm-hmm. But I don't want to go over to that house. I don't want to get it going there ever again. So I'm trying to talk Chase into bringing my stuff to me, see if I can do it that way.
You might as well. It doesn't matter. Hey, you can still go in there and just walk in, grab your clippers, grab your mail, and walk out. What's she gonna do? What's she really gonna say? Hey!
It's not the fact that anything's gonna be said. It's just the fact that it's gonna be awkward going in there.
Who cares about awkwardness? Get your stuff and get out. Awkwardness comes and goes. You could sit there and just look at it and laugh. You can even laugh at her while you're walking away. You haven't paid rent.
Well, it's kind of
getting kicked out.
What are those little flying squirrels called?
Gosh, can't remember. Flying squirrel. Let's
name that. I have
the
her.
Flying rat.
I have her as a friend, that girl, on Facebook and on Snapchat. And I see her post pictures of this little flying squirrel that she bought recently. I'm like, how do you have money to have that if you can't pay rent?
She bought a little flying rat.
Little flying squirrel. I don't remember the name of it. But
she bought a flying rat.
Yeah.
Dude, I might as well just capture a couple of bats and just leave them inside her house. Here you go. Have fun with that. Hey, you like flying rats?
It's true.
Oh man.
If I had a bat, I'd do that.
Zubat. dude, that's a cool.
Or Batman. One would be Zubat, one would be Batman.
No, I'd name him Bat and Man Bat. Man Bat.
And Beardy. I'm just kidding.
So, another story that recently happened to me, okay? So, I can't go into too much details, okay? But I can tell you just a couple of things, just because, you know, it's the internet.
Yeah.
And it has everything to do with our training, you know?
Your training?
Yeah,
All
just our training.
All right. I think you
So-
already told me this story.
Yeah, I definitely told you this story. So, without doing too much details, with me inside my training, we were doing just a basic training, and I was
Yeah.
going to be part of the Op 4 group.
Yeah.
The Op 4 group just pretty much acts like the bad guys.
Okay.
You know?
Yeah.
And so, we sit there, we're just chilling out, having fun and everything like that. And we're just playing Op 4, BSing, firing our paintball guns in different places, all that good stuff.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, the group comes out and they freaking annihilate us.
Okay.
Like, just randomly, poof, they're there, annihilate us.
Yeah.
Alright? So, I felt pretty terrible for not being able to fight as well as I did, because I'm like, man, I used to do paintballing all the time.
Yeah.
I used to do like tons and tons of paintballing, and now I just got shafted by these guys. Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
So, anyways, it happened so fast I couldn't even tell you the story in detail, and plus I'm not supposed to too much.
Yeah.
So, finally, the trainees come in, all right? So, the trainees for this group, it consisted of a couple of groups of them,
Yeah.
and their objective was to raid a house, okay?
Okay.
And I'm supposed to act like a bad guy, all right? So, I'm just like, it's my time to shine. It's my time to shine.
Yeah.
I can't go into any details on what our plan was or what they did,
Yeah.
but out of the entire group, I literally painted half the people that raided. Okay?
Nice.
So the whole objective was that we as individuals, just the Op 4 bad guys,
Uh-huh.
if we get hit once, we're dead.
Yeah.
If they get hit, they have unlimited lives.
Okay.
Alright? So, it was like shooting fish in a barrel. Literally. It was just like, oh my gosh. It was like all of a sudden, I felt on top of the world after that, because I'm just like, oh my gosh, I painted half the team before they downed me. Yes! That's what I'm talking about.
I mean, I usually get that feeling when I'm kicking some major ass on Black Ops.
Amen.
Any first-person shooter game, if I'm doing good, I feel amazing.
Mm-hmm.
There was a time, actually, where I focused hard when Black Ops 1 came out. I played it so much. I made sure that I knew how to play. I'd play as much as possible. And okay, story time real quick on top of your story.
Let's do it.
So there's this one map where it's a snowy place. I don't know if you've ever played Black Ops 1.
Yeah.
But I got this DLC where it's this snowy place, and there's a few buildings around here, and I was doing really good. And I could see that there was like a few more points left before we won. So I'm like, well, let's see if I can have the last kill be a ballistic knife kill. So I get my ballistic knife out, and I didn't do no stabby stab. I basically just was like kind of walking around this building on the upstairs, and I kind of turn around and I see a guy show up, the other team, and I'm like, I quickly just think, try and aim it and just pull trigger. I'm like, let's see what happens. Sure enough, I get the kill, and I win. Now keep in mind, when it ends, like that, all of the microphones, like everyone can hear everyone at that point. So when it's doing the replay, someone on the other team sounded like some grown guy that was like in his 30s or 40s or something. He was the one that died. He seemed to be a little pissed off, and he basically called me a cheater. He said that I had a mod or something on my controller, and I was like, nope.
All skill.
Nope, it's all skill. Like I didn't have my microphone on, but I knew in my heart, in my mind, it was skill, and I felt good.
I love it when people like I used to play Battlefield.
Yeah.
I played Battlefield all the time, every day. Me and my buddies, we became top on the board consistently for a good 6 months. Okay. Top on the board. Okay, our KDR was phenomenal. It was I was always either +3 or +6 all the time. It didn't matter. So, when you're looking at it, it's like 26-3 or something like that. Geez. Like 26 kills to 3 deaths. And when you know how stupid the enemy team is and where their spots are that they'll go, where their barrels are going to be and everything like that, you eventually get so good that you're just like, okay, this guy's going to pop up right here. Okay, if I turn around the corner, he'll be right here and he'll be right here, you know? When you see it on the map, like that little gyroscope map, you already know inside your head where that position is.
Which reminds me, with Black Ops 2, I believe it is, if not Black Ops 1 as well, there is a way where you can go back into the games that you've played recently and actually record like a clip of what you did and render them into like a video and put them on YouTube if you hook that up to your YouTube account.
Yeah, that's on Xbox One.
So after this, I should actually get on YouTube and show you some of the kills that I did. They're pretty sweet. Like even I was like impressed with how good I did on some of them. But anyways, so go back to what you're saying.
Oh, the whole army thing.
Yeah.
Oh man, it just felt good, you know? Because like I get hit one time, I'm dead. Okay, no matter what, I get hit, and that's where I got some of my scars. Okay. You know, they said that arms don't count and legs don't count. So long as body and face.
Okay.
So it was just one of those things where I already knew the training.
Yeah.
And I knew the house. I knew when they were coming in and how many were coming in, and it's just like, this is what we're going to do. I can't go into any details on what exactly their strategy was and what my strategy was comparatively.
Yeah.
But pretty much, it was disaster.
Oh yeah.
2 guys painted almost an entire team. 2 guys. And you're sitting there and you're just like, man.
That's awesome.
So, I used to play paintball. I used to do it all the time.
Okay.
And paintballing, like when you get people who play on the weekends, every weekend, regardless of circumstance, you eventually start getting good at it.
Yeah.
And you start getting to know your teammates, and like gaming helps out so much with paintball. Like gaming, you'd be surprised how good you could be at paintball.
Yeah.
Because at first time, you're in the middle of a combat scenario, you're sitting there, you're getting hit, and you're like, I'm out, I'm out, I'm out. The first 2 weeks, you're going to sit there and you're just going to be like, this sucks. But then, all of a sudden, once you start getting the scenarios down, once you start getting, like, the movement of people, like the natural movement of people, all of a sudden, you start getting good.
Yeah.
Like really good. I'm not talking about just okay good. I'm talking about really good. You know their weaknesses before they even fire their paintballs. It's awesome. So one scenario, I do have to tell you this.
Okay.
One scenario, we were, and I can say this since it's not military related. I can say this. When I was doing paintballing, and I was doing it for years and years and years, I eventually got so good that literally I was just a one-man team.
Okay.
So my buddy, he was on my team, and we sat there. We went up against, I would say at least 11 guys. Okay.
Yeah.
I hung back and I was trying to snipe them out, snipe all the people out. I couldn't get to them because, my barrel was terrible, and they're just like, hey, we need somebody to cover the back. So can you cover the back? And I'm just like, I'm way better just like running and gunning. I'm way better running and gunning. And they're like, oh, well, I want to run and gun. I want to run and gun. I want to run and gun. The whole entire team wanted to run and gun.
Yeah.
So I'm just like, fine. Me and my friend will just sniper back up, okay? We'll take care of the flag. Whatever.
Are there, how do I ask this? Are there sniper rifles?
They're not that good.
Oh, what's the name? Paintball sniper rifles?
They're not that good. It's just long barrel sniper rifle, long barrel paintball guns.
Okay.
Longer barrel, they get slightly more accurate than normal, but they're still just paintball guns.
I'm assuming any sort of training doesn't involve like playing any sort of video game.
Oh, video games help.
Well, yeah, I'm sure it does. I believe it.
Oh, it helps so much. So anyways, we're sitting there, and all of a sudden we see our team literally stand up and walk away. 3 guys took out our entire team, and it was just me and my buddy.
Why did they get up and walk away?
Because once they're hit, you have to get up and walk.
So that's when you know you have to get up and walk away.
Yeah, they have to raise their hand and their paintball gun up, and they have to walk off.
That way you know not to shoot at them.
Exactly.
Okay.
And friendly fire always happens.
Yeah.
You just gotta expect it. So now it's just me and my buddy. And we're sitting there, we look at each other, and we're just like, we're not gonna win by just sitting here and waiting for them. We're gonna come up behind them.
Yeah.
And so we want them to get the flag. We're just like, all right, we're gonna have them get the flag, and they think our entire team is dead. So when we get up, we walk around, and we go around the back. We already know the map like none other.
Yeah.
And all their guys come like bombarding in, hopping from barrier to barrier to barrier to barrier, and then they finally get to the flag, and they're like, there should be 2 more. Where are they at? I don't see him. I don't see him either. I don't see him. All right. We're gonna have to go for the flag. Okay, let's go for the flag. Boom. They go up and they start going for the flag. They grab the flag and they're like, nobody's here to stop us. All right, let's go. What they didn't know is that we were picking off all their guys one by one from behind, and everybody thought it was friendly fire.
Really?
So we get up and we start hopping around the barricades as they're behind, we get behind them, and we start literally fishing the barrel, man. We're just like ba 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 ba, and then all of a sudden we hide, and they're like ba who the hell hit me? I'm hit. And it's just like we knew where they were at before they even got there. Okay, they would hit a spot, and all of a sudden ba ba ba, and then we would disappear. It was just like we get up and we hit them and then walk away, and they're just, where the hell did that come from? Is that friendly fire? I'm like, I'm hit. It's different paint.
That's
Damn
funny.
it.
That's funny.
Eventually, the flag carrier, like we left the flag carrier like by himself for a while, and he has a paintball gun and a flag, and he's trying to run it. Like he's trying to run it back. And so we finally see him, and literally me and my friend, like he's the last one. We snipe him out from halfway across the yard, and I don't know who hit him in the head, but somebody hit him in the head. He's just like, you haven't hit me, and I swear we hit him like 6 times. Instead, he turns around and right in the face. Take that, mother. Those things, man. You need to go paintballing with me sometime.
Ooh, maybe. I'll think about it. Did it before, didn't really like the pain.
The pain? Oh, dude, you gotta let the adrenaline go.
I didn't have any sort of armor on. So
I'll be honest. I just had a black sweater and a mask and gloves. That's it. That's all I had.
interesting.
That's all I had. That's all I needed. It was great. So, dude, now let me tell you, paintballing, it's a lot like gaming.
Yeah.
Just a little bit more real life. Because then, when you troll somebody, you literally see them get up and walk away, and you totally want to trash talk.
Yeah.
But you're just like, I don't want to give my position away, and you just walk away.
Yeah.
That's the only difference between paintball and gaming is that there's definitely trash talk before and trash talk afterwards.
Yeah.
But the trash talk in between just never happens.
It's true.
So, well, I just barely moved out into a new place, and you just barely moved out to a new place. So this is going to be our main place from this point on.
We did have, I think it was like, what, 2 sessions before you left for military leave at like
The UVU library.
That wasn't too bad. The acoustics in there were bad though. Like
Yeah.
it was echoey and whatnot, but you know, we had to do it somewhere. And what I did like though was that we were sitting down in chairs on a table, microphones sitting on stands. I like that. But you know, this setting is just as acceptable.
We totally accepted it. Well, should we call it?
I think so.
Yeah.
It was a good session. It's good to start the podcast up again.
Oh man, it's so good to start the podcast.
Yeah.
I can't wait to start editing the films and getting them back on because I'm so behind.
Yeah, we got school. We're back in session for you and me.
School.
And not only that, but in the next, I believe, month or something, we're going to have our shows come back too.
Finally!
Yeah.
We're going to have Arrow. We're going to have Flash.
We're
going to have...
Gotham. Did you see any of the trailers for Gotham?
I have.
Oh my gosh, I'm so excited because of what they showed. I was like, oh, you know, and oh man, I think that for the Arrow in the trailer, there was Diggle, who was in an actual suit. If you saw that was
they're making him into a new DC character. Actually,
there was a name for who he was, but I can't remember what it was.
Yeah, they were thinking about making him the Green Lantern, but they were just like, no, let's forget that. He's gonna be his own thing, you know?
Yeah, but you know they're gonna actually do a Green Lantern movie.
Yeah.
For like, I don't remember his name, but it's like the black guy Green Lantern.
Yeah.
Tyrese Gibson from Fast and Furious is gonna play the Green Lantern.
I just don't see that.
Nobody sees it. Nobody sees it. I think it's gonna be awesome.
He's supposed to be a serious Green Lantern, like literally militarily. No, like the whole problem with him is that he has hardly any imagination, and that's literally the challenge that he had when he put on the Green Lantern ring. Is because he had no imagination. He's just like, okay, I'm just going to do a force field. Okay, I'm going to do this. You know, he had no imagination. He just had a military background.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that for a Green Lantern, like any Green Lantern, essentially, it would have been a good idea if you had some sort of artsy type of person be Green Lantern, since they have that creative mind.
Oh man, if he had an artsy person, but the thing about it is that they're looking for willpower.
Okay.
You know, that's the whole point of the Green Lantern is that it's all based off of will. You know, and it's like you have an imagination, but it's all based off of will. On how powerful your ring is. So you can, if you have the willpower, the strongest willpower, you can literally do anything you want. Okay, I feel that the people that did the Green Lantern, the other one with Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. It was just so terrible. The directing was terrible, and the script was terrible. Like there was nothing about that entire thing that made any sense whatsoever.
I guess that's true. I don't know. I mean, I saw it, and when I saw it, I thought it was pretty good.
Computer animation, I didn't like.
Yeah. Although, I mean, I guess they did do a pretty good job of when he like did certain things with the ring. Does that make sense? Like when you had the car go around on the track, that was pretty cool. And then the Jets come out of his ring and have them bring the monster to the sun.
Yeah, but I still don't. I still didn't see it. It was so terrible. Like the main thing that was bad was the script. Yeah. Okay.
Well, I just think it's funny that they're trying to reboot these certain movies to be successful. Like they already rebooted Fantastic Four,
and
it basically apparently was horrible because they didn't follow. They never followed the actual like comic book.
Well, Fox doesn't follow the comic book. I mean, look at X-Men. X-Men barely followed the comic book. The only thing good that they had was the right cast. All right? And that got away with so much in the X-Men series. The right cast got away with so much. And, you know, if you don't have the right cast, literally everybody's just going to sit there and just go, okay. Like, Hugh Jackman, everybody's just like, oh, he makes the perfect Wolverine.
Yeah.
What's his name? Bald guy. I love him to death. Gosh.
Patrick Stewart.
Patrick Stewart. I love Patrick Stewart. Yeah. He is one of my favorite. Great Xavier. All right. Even Jean Grey and Cyclops and Storm. I mean, even Storm. Like, who would have known? But it's Halle Berry, and it's all about the cast. It was all about the cast. Fox only got the cast right. All right. And that's what kept the X-Men series going, to make so many different mistakes and then make up for their mistakes. Because like by the time they got done, I mean, there have been a couple of horror movies out of X-Men, but for the most part, you can sit there and just go through all the X-Men's that they've made and pretty much enjoy like all the films, all the universe. The thing about the Marvel Cinematic Universe is they get almost everything right.
Yeah.
Crazy how they get it right.
Yeah, like when I first saw Avengers, oh man, they got that right to a T.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh, that's beautiful. Wow.
Somehow Tony Stark, everybody sees Robert Downey Jr. as Tony Stark.
It's true.
Great casting choice.
Which, by the way, I'm excited for Civil War.
Mm-hmm.
That's going to be sweet. But I've seen some pictures posted about that. About who's going to be on what team, which is pretty cool. There haven't been any clips. There's been like one really, really short one that was like a teaser at one of the events that happened recently in the last month.
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember the name of it, but nonetheless, 2016 is going to be a great year.
This year has been great. This year has not even been done because Star Wars!
Star Wars is going
to It's going to be coming out. We're close. We're within the 3-month mark. We're within the 3-month mark. Can you believe it?
Which means we gotta find a way to get our tickets soon.
That's gonna be impossible. How can we get work off? That's the question.
Well, what we can do is try and get tickets for a time at midnight or something, because we're all gonna be off at midnight for sure.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll get midnight tickets, which probably won't be on Christmas. It'll probably be like the night before Christmas. So we can go Christmas Eve if we want to, or Christmas night.
Oh man, that's gonna suck though, because it's Christmas Eve.
Yeah.
But of course, that's the best present that you could ever have.
Pretty much. But I still think
Santa's coming to town.
I still think we should try and make it and go.
Let's do it.
So.
First day. All right. We're going to call it. You guys have been awesome. Like, subscribe, troll, and I'll troll you back.
Leave some love in. I am the Thing.
Yeah.
We'll see you guys later.
Bye.
This is Sparta!
This is Nerd Week, bro.
This is Nerd Week. Not
This is Sparta!
No, this is a knife. This is Nerd Week.
This is not a knife.
That is a short blade.
You're a short blade. Dragon.
Take that, dragon. I'll stab you with this. Thanks for watching, you guys. This week's Nerd Week podcast.
Please like and subscribe our videos and channels because we got more videos coming out.
Check out all of our old videos and check out everything that we've done before. We got our Twitter pages up right here.
Yay, on the bottom.
Instagram. Check us out on Instagram. We post up pictures all the time.
Yay.
Yay! By the way, this is Maya!
I'm the thing.
I'm the dragon.
Maya. Maya!
A bibbidi bobbidi.
Maya!
It was actually loaded. I didn't even know that. That was great. Don't point it at your face.
Not cool. Maya!
You'll poke your eye out.
Maya!
Dragon.
Thing.
Maya!
Thing. All right. See you guys later.
Bye.
Bye.